we had fears of her being isolated and lonely, being stuck in institutions, not being able to get out, not having friendships.
That's the scary part, is the isolation and the loneliness and not knowing what the future would hold for him.
My name's Brian Tassan. My sister Erin has a disability, so I understand the fears that families face. I'd like to tell you about an organization, Plan, that is helping my sister live a good life and at the same time providing my parents with peace of mind. Plan was established by families as the answer to the question, what will happen to our sons and daughters with disabilities when we die? We've learned a lot over the years. One of the most important lessons that we've learned is that securing the future for our relatives leads to a good life today.
We want exactly what other families we want for their children. We want people to see them for their gifts. We want them surrounded by people who care about them. We want them to have their own lives and to have as much independence as they possibly can have.
Knowing that there is a plan, and I guess that's sort of what Plan is about, it is comforting to me, knowing that it's not all going to fall on my shoulders, but that there's, people around me to help me and to help her. The good life that we seek for Erin is the same as what most people seek: home, financial security, and the opportunity to contribute. For Erin, like most people, a good life starts with relationships, with family and friends.
A network is actually a dream come true. It's a support not just for Stephanie, it's a support for my husband and I and our other two girls. It's about people who put Stephanie first.
Well, again, the networks is, I would say, the next most critical piece, is knowing that they will commit to having a group of people involved in Josh's life who will ensure his safety and his security. They will also assist him to become a member of the community.
We know now that if we were to pass on, then the siblings would not have to take on the role of being parents. They could remain being a sibling, which Vicky needs siblings as much as she needs parents.
Our main service is creating and sustaining personal networks. Networks are a group of committed and caring people who join together in a relationship with the individual and with each other. If my sister didn't have a network, she'd be isolated and vulnerable. Networks offer many benefits beyond safety and security: companionship and friendship, advice and support, opportunities to contribute, and monitoring services.
I look at what has happened to people who have lost their parents and how those networks have become stronger and they've bonded and they've come together as family around that individual. And that's what I want, not just for Stephanie, I want it for my other two girls, because I don't want them feeling this as a weight. I want them to know that they have people walking beside them.
It's never too early to start planning. If I had known some things when I was a younger father, it would have made a great difference.
It's very, very important with the wills and estates, because you never know. I mean, and the sooner the better, even though a child is young. Who knows what our paths will take.
Without careful planning, my family would have little control over my sister's future. Future planning lets us assure her financial security, ensure that she has a home of her own, and identify trusted people who will assist her in making decisions when her parents are no longer alive. Our seminars provide information and support to plan a will, set up a discretionary trust, choose an executor, trustees, and guardians. If families want to purchase a home, we provide information and support. Because the future is unpredictable, someone needs to watch over even the best plan. It gives me comfort to know that Plan will be there for me and my sister's network if we need it. Planned is also looking at the bigger picture.
A big part of Planned is its advocacy both at an individual level or at a family level, but also bigger advocacy in terms of changing the way community thinks about people with disabilities, changing the way our governments support and fund programs for people with disabilities, changing the way our tax laws are written and our legislation around disability issues. So all of those things, I think, are needed in order to make sure that my son has a good quality of life.
Our public policy work has already had a tremendous impact on the ways in which we can support our loved ones in the future. But we aren't finished. We're working to change federal and provincial policies to make it easy for families to ensure a good life for their relatives and to recognize families' many contributions.
Well, what makes it effective is it's parent-driven. It's parent or sibling or friend-driven.
I want to listen, I want to hear about it, and I want to learn how I can become a part of it. Because that's going to improve my daughter's life.
I want him to have a good life as much as possible. And Planned really has opened a lot of avenues for me to see the possibilities that I hadn't envisioned before.
Planned was developed by and for families. We're structured to ensure it will always be directed by and accountable to families. Being connected to other families is invaluable. When the path forward is unclear or difficult, other families provide honest and unbiased support. It's important to know that there are others who understand. As families, we often feel we have to do it alone. But in fact, we can only achieve peace of mind by inviting others to share our relatives' gifts and to join our networks. While Planned impacts each family in a unique way, all families agree. Planned contributes to the quality of your relative's life now, and as we look to the future, provides us with peace of mind.
It gives us the freedom to dream and to dream about what other people would consider to be the impossible.
It's just given me a sense of direction with my son. It's allowed me not to have to worry every night where he's going to be in the next 10 years. What would his life be if we were gone?
When I came across Planned and the people in Planned, I felt that I had found a family that would be with me through the obstacles, that would help me through.